don't lie. You know, there are a lot of Mariner fans who never got to see Edgar play. 16-year-old Max Tanzer was just a toddler when Edgar retired back in '04. He is the sports director at Mercer Island High School's radio station. And Max, we'll bring you in here. I know you do a Mariners podcast every week. Has Edgar been the hot topic for a while, and what's your reaction to today's vote?
Yeah, it's really heartbreaking, to be honest. And I mean, I almost expected it. It was going to be close at least. Yesterday in the morning, he was at 81%. By the end of the day, he dropped to 77%. Obviously, he needs 75% to get in. So I knew it was going to be close. Pretty disappointing, but I'm confident that I'll get in next year.
Yeah, at 16 years old, you've never seen a winning season from this Mariners team. Has that been frustrating for you as a young fan?
Yeah, it is frustrating for me in general just because I'm a diehard Mariners fan. I live and breathe them, and especially with Edgar. I never got to watch him. I was born in 2001, and he was 3 years old. I was 3 years old when he retired, but still, he's still relevant today. Obviously, the hitting coach with the Mariners, and I feel like that makes that real connection to me, at least. I got to have hitting lessons with him when I was a kid, and he told me something that I always think about, and that's as long as you can visualize it, it can always happen. And I'm sure he's telling the same thing to Robinson Cano. So he still does make that impact on the younger generation. And I really think on and off the field, he won the 2004 Roberto Clemente Award for the best guy who gives to people off the field. So I think there's so much about him that no one really knows about.
Yeah, I'd love to hear those stories about the players giving back, especially Edgar. And I know you're a big radio award guy. You know, National Radio Award winner yourself. You can tell by you ripping off those stats there. You know what you're doing. Have you taken a lot of fans' calls and social media? And what's the reaction been throughout your podcast?
Yeah, the reaction was, I mean, like I said earlier, I wasn't quite expecting it. However, on MLB Network, they did really tease us and said, oh, it's going to be a big party in Cooperstown. So I was like, okay. You know, there's the obvious few with Guerrero and Tomey and Chipper Jones and Trevor Hoffman, obviously. But with Edgar, I think my biggest point for him is if you go around America and ask baseball fans, is David Ortiz a Hall of Famer? I can guarantee you at least 75% of those guys would say he's a Hall of Famer. And with that, Edgar played, I mean, the argument that Edgar didn't play in the field is invalid at that point because Edgar doubled the amount of innings in the field over David Ortiz. And whether he was a Gold Glover or not, I just think that argument's invalid. And also their slash lines are so similar. Edgar has Ortiz in his career in batting average and on base percentage. Ortiz does have the slugging percentage. So if you're going to vote for David Ortiz, who I consider at least a first ballot Hall of Famer, you've got to vote Edgar Martinez in.
16-year-old Max Tanzer from Mercer Island High School. Hey, thank you, Max. I'm pretty sure that kid could be right here someday doing this thing, and I'll be long gone. So we look forward to you working at King 5 someday. Nice job.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Thank you,
Right.
Max, too. Yeah, I was going to say Mercer Island High School. That kid's not on ESPN. Gosh, okay.